Ridwan, thank you so much for your time tonight. Let's perhaps begin with the first part of the issues you've raised, and those specifically relate to the comments that the EFF leader made with regard to the commission itself. What do you think is the impact of those comments? I mean, such as your Mickey Mouse show and accusing the chairperson of stealing money from the poor.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think very important is to understand that we have a number of levels of concern. And the first level of concern is really a fundamental one. The commission is a judicial commission set up by government to look at the question of state capture. This didn't come about just overnight because the president had an epiphany. This is the culmination of years of campaigning and mobilizing on the issue of state capture, and really is a culmination of that. So this is where the civil society organizations have an entry point, because we were involved, together with many other entities, in opposing state capture and corruption. So we see the commission as an essential activity that is there to convert opinion and accusations and allegations into hard scientific fact. That's the purpose of the commission, and we support the commission 100%. We believe that the billions of rands that have left the fiscus due to state capture and corruption activities could be much better used. It is therefore very concerning that an organization like the EFF, for example, who incidentally has been at the forefront of anti-state capture and anti-corruption activities, would now adopt a position that this commission is a Mickey Mouse show and so on. We believe that the commission is a public good and should be supported, and we really look forward to the facts that will emerge from it.
And you've also raised concerns around what this could potentially do for other potential witnesses that are yet to appear before the commission. And I think it's an issue that Justice Zondo has also addressed.
Sure. So I think that's very important. So not only are we concerned that there is an attack on the commission, we are very concerned at the manner of that attack. As civil society organizations, we are not necessarily political players. And we believe that robust discussion, robust debate, disagreements is all part of the fabric of our democracy, and that's fine. We don't have a problem with that. But the manner of this approach and this attack on the commission is certainly not robust political debate. This is a lot of fear-mongering, a lot of hate speech, a lot of inaccuracies, racism, and we believe that that actually takes us away from where responsible politicians should be placing our country, and that is on the path to unity.
And it's interesting that your statement then even goes as far as to reference the comments they've made against Minister Pravin Gordhan, and this is around him being a dog of white monopoly capital. And you are saying that they falsely accused his daughter of securing through her father and benefiting from government business. Now, to the extent that some of these allegations are now part of an investigation that will be carried out by the police service, are you not speaking too soon, or do you simply feel that both Gordhan and his daughter do not have a case to answer to?
Absolutely not. I think whatever allegation comes forward must be tested in law. The problem we have is where there is no substantiation for this. So we've seen in recent news that many organizations and even Investec has come forward to refute some of these allegations. So the concern we have is that wild accusations can ultimately become, in the public consciousness, fact. And that is concerning. We certainly are not saying that anyone is above the law. If there is a case to be heard, then it must be heard.
But are you not defending Pravin Gordhan on this particular matter? Because when I look at the list of organizations that are part of this collective, they are also the organizations that were there when we had those charges being brought against Pravin Gordhan. They're part of the organizations that mobilized civil society as a collective to protest and stage those weeks-long protests in Pretoria.
Yeah. So I think there's a very important distinction. I think the civil society organizations that have come together to issue this statement are civil society organizations that have been campaigning against state capture and corruption. The fact that Pravin Gordhan has been campaigning on the same issues doesn't necessarily mean that we're supporting him. It just means that we see our perspective probably overlaps so considerably. So from our perspective, Pravin Gordhan is not at the center of this issue. at the center of this issue is the undermining of the Commission that we believe will produce valuable information for the people of South Africa.
All right, let's leave it there for today. And I think the Commission really sharing your sentiment in terms of the statements that have been made against its work and the potential threat that that poses for others who are yet to testify, and the potential intimidation that other witnesses may face too. That was Ridwan Pillay. He was speaking on behalf of those civil society organizations that are concerned about this issue.